Hi everybody, it is day 6 of my Dating Myself challenge, and today the area of dating myself to focus on was to be my favorite person to hang out with. And this is because, as I've stated, I've started this journey by identifying all of the needs that I typically have in an intimate partner and saying, okay, how can I meet these needs myself? And one of the things I came up with is one of the things I've always enjoyed in an intimate partner is just like somebody to just have fun with and hang out with. In every relationship I've been, there's been that kind of like best friends element to it, in addition to being an intimate partner. So that is a need, if I want to learn how to meet it myself, to really focus on how to enjoy my own company, and basically behave in a way that somebody who I would love to hang out with would behave. And one of the things I think is that I really enjoy, in a partner is like a really good sense of humor. So I've been trying to channel that as much as possible today. I had a couple of really humorous discussions with coworkers at work today, in between getting work done, of course. But that's an example of, how definitely channeling humor, I think, is a fun way to be with myself, and also catching any negative self-talk, right? Because if I was hanging out with a partner and a partner was talking the way I talk to myself sometimes, I would not be okay with that. So that's another part of it as well. In addition to trying to have fun, it's recognizing, okay, how am I behaving towards myself that is not compatible to the way that I would behave with a partner, or a partner would behave to me, or vice versa. So that's how I'm applying that to my day. And also last night, I remembered one of the mantras that I would use a lot in my previous video series about recovering from binge eating. And I think I've mentioned this before, but at the root of not only binge eating disorder, but so many maladaptive behaviors in terms of addiction, substances, relationships, is trauma. And I went through some trauma when I was very young, relating to attachment. And it is like, when you dig below the layers, definitely a primary underlying root of something that just made me more vulnerable towards binge eating and behavioral addictions. So one mantra I had, and I came up with it after reading a book, The Body Keeps Score, which is a great book about trauma that I recommend. The mantra that I came up with was act in the opposite way of your trauma. So when I have a reaction to something, if I'm noticing, okay, this is a trauma reaction, then the next action that I do is not going to be based on the reaction in my head of what pain point was triggered from my trauma, but it is going to be literally acting in the opposite way. And for the binge eating comparison, that's not binge eating. But right now I'm applying it to relationships. It's hard not to feel lonely and even a little bit needy going through such an intense time in America and being on my own for the first time in 18 years, not connected to an intimate partner in any kind of way. So it can be really tempting for me to just kind of, with both potential intimate partners and friends, by the way, to just hunt people down, call people constantly. I need a FaceTime, I need this, I need that. And some of that, I think is valid, but some of it does come from a place of desperation, of when I feel vulnerable, that I need somebody to be with me every moment through it. And that's not always realistic. And that is not a way to set myself up to be in healthy relationships moving forward. So a lot of times acting in the opposite way of my trauma is thinking of all of the people in my life who I love and want to talk to a lot and want to get to know more, but sometimes holding back from reaching out because I don't want to continue that behavior of latching on to someone else every time I feel vulnerable. I need to learn how to be with myself through it. So that's something that I'm practicing too. And just to say that I am 2 days back from the overeating episode I had the other night, none yesterday, none today. My body feels really good, and I am so grateful that I am not active in the binge eating behavior as I used to be, because I don't need that stress right now. And I'm really glad that I'm showing myself how I can cope through a difficult time without that. So that's my day 6. I hope this was helpful for you all out there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for day 7. Thanks.